With the latest here in the East Midlands, I'm James Lewer. First tonight, a coroner says a disabled girl's life could have been saved if the ambulance service had responded to her dying mum's 999 call. Alfonsi Luega, who was 47, called emergency services as she became gravely ill, but no help came. When she died, her disabled teenage daughter, Lorraine, was left unable to fend for herself. The inquest heard they had been dead for weeks or even months before being discovered at their Radford home. This local shopkeeper said they were very isolated.
I blame myself, I blame everybody who lives around here, because we should have been more of a community and we should look after our neighbours. You know, the ignorance of not talking to the neighbour next door, not knowing their name, that's the problem.
Tonight, East Midlands Ambulance Service sent this statement. We fully accept the coroner's findings after our internal investigation. We made changes to our policies, procedures and training to ensure this does not happen in future. While Nottingham City Council have told the BBC we take our responsibilities seriously and have already undertaken a review of relevant policies, procedures and practices to ensure any necessary improvements are made and that learning is embedded across our services. Next tonight, 5 days of industrial action by resident doctors began earlier today. The British Medical Association wants a 29% pay rise, but the government says there is no more money to fund the increase. Heidi Booth reports from the picket line.
Honks of support as these resident doctors begin 5 days of industrial action. A walkout prompted by a pay dispute between the government and the British Medical Association.
Doctors have yet again been forced to go out on strike. Been forced by Wes Streeting, the Health Secretary, who has promised doctors earning just £18 an hour a journey to full pay restoration, back to where they were in 2008. And he's reneged on that promise.
The Department for Health and Social Care says the government is doing all it can over this strike period to minimise patient disruption and harm. It goes on to say that patients didn't need to be in this position today and that the strikes have hit the progress they're making in turning the NHS around. Patients we spoke to today are in support of the doctors' decision to strike.
Everyone deserves a good pay. You want rewards for what you're doing, and I think the doctors are doing a perfect job, so they need to be paid for it.
They do a marvellous job. It's a shame it comes to this, really, isn't it?
I think it's fair. I think it's fair because our government need to take note that the NHS is still in crisis and probably will be for a long time. But these are the sort of people that are trying to get us out that crisis.
The public have been urged to come forward for NHS care during the walkout and are being asked to attend appointments unless told otherwise.
We are working really closely together to make sure that we keep services safe. So if you need urgent or emergency care, do access that as you need. If at all possible and appropriate, use 111 or the local pharmacies and only go to the accident and emergency department if you really need to.
GP surgeries will open as usual and urgent care and A&E will continue to be available. Heidi Booth, BBC East Midlands Today.
Now to the fascinating story of Leicester's Roman ruins. The city's history is being brought to life in an exciting new exhibition at the Jury Wall Museum. Our reporter Ben Jackson has been for a sneak preview.
This enormous piece of masonry is one of the largest bits of Roman architecture that still stands. 2,000 years ago, it was at the very heart of life here in Roman Leicester. And from this weekend, you can experience that too.
In 43 AD, the Romans invaded Britain. Within that first few years, they'd established a fort here at Leicester. The wall is the wall between the bathhouse and the Palastria, and that'll be the very centre of the Roman city.
Should we go inside?
Yeah, absolutely, please. Come on in. Welcome to Jury Wall.
Phil Hackett is the General Manager of Visit Leicester. He's been overseeing the renovation of the Jury Wall Museum, which has been closed since 2017. Today, he's giving me an exclusive peek into Leicester's latest attraction, which after almost £17 million of work, reopens this weekend.
This is our cafe, and this is open to the public every day that we're open. So you've got these beautiful views of the ruins. You can have a cup of coffee and have a look at the Roman ruins of the bathhouse. I mean, I think this is going to be one of my favourite places to have my lunch in the future.
What a view. The museum is bigger than ever, expanding into the former Vaughan College to create new facilities alongside some familiar attractions.
So this is the Blackfriars Mosaic. It's about 9 metres by 9 metres in total.
There are over 100 exhibits here at the New Look Jewellery Wall Museum, many of which were discovered in Leicester and Leicestershire. But this is my favourite. This is a clay roofing tile. 2,000 years ago, a toddler walked across that and left their footprint.
In the future, mention Jewellery Wall, people will know you mean Romans and they know you mean Leicester.
Ben Jackson, East Midlands Today, Leicester.
Great stuff. Let's take a look at the weekend forecast then. Here's Anna.
Good evening. We had some lovely sunshine out there today, and as we go into the weekend, keep that brolly on hand, but it's largely dry, a little bit of sunshine here and there, and fairly average temperatures for the time of the year. Now, we still have some clear skies out there at the moment, but we will gradually see cloud increasing as we progress through the night, perhaps bringing a shower as well by sunrise. Overnight lows 14 degrees Celsius, so a warmer night than recent nights, fairly light winds as well. And as we go through Saturday, a weak weather front pushes through, bringing quite a bit of clouds, some sharp showers for a time, but they tend to ease off into the afternoon, and it brightens up with occasional sunny skies and highs of 22 degrees Celsius. A similar story on Sunday, again allow for a few showers, but predominantly dry. And as we go into next week, a lot of usable weather, some sunshine, but again, keep that brolly handy.
That's all from us on the Late Team. Have a great weekend. Good night.